back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you guys how I made this beautiful scrunchy headband. For you to achieve that, you'll be needing a satin fabric, a 1-inch elastic, your safety pin, and an office pin. So guys, I've cut out mine already. I went ahead to label it. This is the main fabric, the elastic cast, and the lining. As you can see, I labeled it on the wrong side of the fabric. So for the lining, I measured 15 inches long and 3 inches wide. That is for the lining, 15 inches long, 3 inches wide. Then for the elastic cast, I measured 15 inches long and 4 inches wide. 15 inches long and 4 inches wide. Then for the main fabric, which is on fold, I measured it 40 inches long and 10 inches wide. Is on fold, 40 inches long, 10 inches wide. So the next thing is to stitch it this way with this right side facing each other. So I've stitched the elastic cast, and I also did the same for the main fabric. And I also wiped the chalk I used for the label. So next thing is to turn it to the right side. You can see how I'm doing that. I'm turning it to the right side. So do that carefully. You don't need to rush it. So I've successfully turned it to the right side, as you can see. We also do the same thing for the elastic cast. You also have to turn it over to the right side to enable the elastic pass through. So we're passing the elastic through these tunnels, and before you pass the elastic, make sure your stitch line is in the middle of the fabric you're using. Make sure it's in the middle. As you can see, mine is in the middle. So this is the 1-inch elastic we'll be using. So use your safety pin to hold the elastic band firmly, and we'll be inserting it into this elastic cast tunnel that we created. Do this carefully, you don't need to rush it. sure you hold this end with an office pin. You would also need a pin for this end too. The pin should hold the fabric and the elastic together. So I'm going on to arrange it before stitching it up. So this is the lining piece, and I'll be using a safety pin to pass it through the main fabric. On the ends, we also need an office pin too to hold it firmly. As you're passing it through, it's forming a crunchy effect, so you keep passing it through gradually. So now that we've made it to the end of this fabric, you'll be using an office pin to secure it firmly before stitching it up. Make sure it's firm so the lining doesn't go back into the fabric. As you can see, it's already forming a scrunchy effect. So the next thing is to take it to our sewing machine and stitch it up. So I'm done with the stitches. I've stitched both sides firmly, and also for the elastic cast, I've done that too. So we'll be attaching the elastic cast to the main fabric with their front side facing each other. Use an office pin to hold it firmly. Then place the left side on it and overlap with the right side before you sew. This is the way to do it. Place the left side and overlap with the right side. So after I stitched it, this is what it looks like. I went on to use my pair of scissors to trim off the rough ends. So after I was done with that, I turned it to the right side and I noticed that the joining disappeared into the scrunchie, and it was looking very neat, very neat. So guys, this is it. The beautiful scrunchie headband is ready. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. See you in my next video.